Disclaimer: this PPT has been prepared by referring different sources, which includes figures, diagrams from internet as well as from prescribed text and reference books. To prepare this PPT, I have referring many sources in internets, textbooks and reference books. I do not claim any originality in preparing this video or PPT. This PPT or video is exclusively for the purpose of education and not for any financial gains. I wholeheartedly thank all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to do this PPT or video. Thanks to everyone. Transmission of power. Transmission of power, in this case there are two states. One is static state, second one is dynamic state. First we will go for a static state hydraulics. Static hydraulics. See, as the name tells, static, it is in stationary position. Static hydraulic system is fixed at a one position where all the activities are carried out at the same station. Means the system is fixed to the one particular location and the activities will happening from there itself. Means in that location the hydraulic system operates the different tasks. It will happening somewhere else, but it is operated in one particular location. That is static hydraulics. The characteristic feature of stationary hydraulics is that the valves are mainly solenoid operated. See here, solenoid, it is belongs to an electrical system, solenoid operated. These kind of valves will be studying in coming next module. Static hydraulics are used in a machine tool applications. Second case, a dynamic hydraulics, as the name tells, it is in movement. Dynamic hydraulic systems move on wheels or tracks such as tower crane or excavator truck to operate in many different locations or while moving. See, in this case the hydraulic system is moving on its own track and perform its work in some other locations. A characteristic feature of this mobile hydraulic or dynamic hydraulics is that the valves are frequently manually operated. The valves are operated by manually using a manpower. It is a small comparison between hydrostatic system and hydrodynamic system. Nothing but a static hydraulics and dynamic hydraulics. First one, in case of static hydraulics, a hydrostatic system uses a fluid pressure to transmit pressure. In hydrostatic system, it uses a fluid pressure, the pressure developed by the fluid, uses to transmit the power from one part to the another part. In first case of dynamic hydraulics, hydrodynamic systems use a fluid motion to transmit power. The motion generated by the fluid that uses to transmit the power. Second, in case of static hydraulics, it uses the theory of equilibrium conditions in fluid. Second case of dynamic hydraulics, it uses a flow theory. Third case of static hydraulics, the pump used in hydrostatic systems is a positive displacement pump. In this case, you heard a positive displacement pump. It will come in the coming syllabus. You will come to know what is a positive displacement pump. In third case of hydrodynamics or dynamic hydraulics, the pump used in the hydrodynamic systems is a non-positive displacement pump. In hydrostatic, positive displacement; in hydrodynamic, non-positive displacement. These three are the comparison between hydrostatic system and hydrodynamic system. Pascal's law. You've already studied in the fluid mechanics, and it is an old one. You people already studied it. It explains the principle of fluid power transmission. This law thoroughly explains the principle of fluid power transmission. The statement of Pascal law here: pressure or force is exerted on a confined fluid. It transmits pressure equally in all directions throughout the fluid. Or it states that any pressure applied to a fluid inside a closed system will transmit that pressure equally in all directions throughout the fluid. This is the small diagram represented Pascal's law. Here the fluid is filled in one empty bottle and covered by one cap. Here the arrow mark. The force is exerted on the cap. It will create a pressure inside the container or this bottle, and the pressure is exerted in these directions, and whatever the pressure exerted in this space, it is equal in all directions. That is the meaning of statement of Pascal law. Suppose the P in this direction is always equal to P in this direction. P in this direction equal to P in this direction. So P is same at all directions. P means pressure. Pascal's law equation or formula: P equal to F by A. P pressure, F force, A area. Pressure in Newton per meter square, force in newtons, area in square meters. And this is the relationship between pressure, force and area. When pressure, to find out the pressure, force is divided by area. You see here same thing I mentioned here, P equal to force by area. Suppose to find out force, pressure into area. Pressure into area. Suppose to find out area, force divided by pressure. Here. Transmission of forces. Here one small diagram representation. See, consider the diagram. In this system consists of a input cylinder, this one input cylinder on the left hand side and output cylinder on the right hand side, which is connected through one hose pipe and containing a liquid. Here F in means the force acted on the input cylinder or input piston. F out, force acted on the output piston or output cylinder. A in means area of the piston at input. A out, area of the piston at output. The relationship between the input force and output force is given by pressure equal to P equal to F out by A out. Force at output dividing by area at output equal to pressure. See, when the force is applied at input piston, the pressure is created inside this pipe or hose. The pressure is same at all directions as per the Pascal law. P equal to F out by A out. Just cross multiplication. F out equal to P into A out. As you know, P is same in all the passage, throughout the passage. So P equal to F in by A in, force input dividing by area input. In the place of P, I have substituted F in dividing by A in. And then go for a simplification of F out equal to A out comes to numerator, A in comes to denominator, and F in is multiplication factor. This is the relationship between force at output equal to force at input. This one is multiplication of force. Same diagram, same F in, F out, input piston, output piston, area at input, area at output. But here some small changes in the equation. Pressure equal to F out by A out. Cross multiplication, F out equal to P into A out. Simplification, F out equal to, in the place of P, F in, A in, multiplication factor A out as it is. And again simplification, F out equal to A out by A in, multiplication factor here is F in. Then go for a simplification of F at one side, area at other side. F out by F in equal to A out by A in. This is the equation of multiplication of forces. Pascal's law in hydraulic press. Here, two pistons are connected through hose pipe. This hose pipe containing some hydraulic liquid. Here, F1 is the input force. Its quantity is 10 Newton, and here a piston, this one is the input piston. A1 area of input piston equal to 1 meter square. Here F2 is output force. Its magnitude is 100 Newton, and area of the output piston here is 10 meter square. See, the above figure shows how Pascal's law can be applied to produce a useful amplified output force. Consider this diagram. As I told, 10 Newton is the input force and 1 meter square is the input area, area of the input piston. It develops a pressure of 10 Newton per meter square. 10 Newton per meter square when the force applied on the piston P equal to F by A. F is 10 Newton dividing by 1 meter square. So pressure equal to 10 Newton per meter square. This pressure acts on the output piston of area 10 meter square. It produces 100 Newton output force. This output force performs useful work as it lifts the 100 Newton weight. See, from Pascal law, we know that pressure at input piston equal to pressure at output piston. P1 equal to P2. This is denoted by P equal to force by area. See here, P1 F1 by A1 equal to P2 F2 by A2. Here F1 equal to 10 Newton. Just in the place of F1 is replaced by 10, and A1 is 1 meter square. A1 is replaced by 1 equal to, here F2 is unknown. F2 is unknown, and area of the output piston 10. So here we would find out F2. So go for cross multiplication or simplification of this step. F2 equal to 10 into 10 dividing by 1. Right? So 10 into 10, that is 100 Newton. Here one small numerical. This one is a solid numerical. First one, a cylinder is required to move a load of 10 kilonewton with a pressure of 100 bar. What is the minimum diameter of the cylinder required? Cylinder required to move load of 10 kilonewton. Right? Here the force given, that is 10 kilonewton, pressure 100 bar. Convert this bar into Newton per meter square, that is 1 bar equal to 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. And here minimum diameter. So here area is the unknown factor. Pressure equal to force by area as per Pascal law. Pressure equal to force by area. Here they have given pressure 1 bar equal to 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. In the question they have mentioned 100 bars. Convert this 100 bar into 100 bar into Newton per meter squares. 100 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Okay. Here pressure 100 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square, force 10 kilonewton, 10 into 1000, 10,000 dividing by area. Area is unknown. So simplified this above equation, you will get area equal to 0.001 meter square. The cross sectional area of the piston is circular, which is given by area equal to pi d square by 4. Area, you already got the answer. Just substitute in the place of area 0.001 meter square and right hand side as it is pi d square by 4. Here d is unknown. Go for simplification. We get d equal to 0.3568 meter or 35.68 millimeter. We'll go for second numerical. A hydraulic system operates at 50 lpm, a liter per minute, and 20,000 kilopascal. How much hydraulic power in kilowatt is generated? Here in the question they have asked to find out hydraulic power. So you already know hydraulic power equal to pressure into flow rate. Here they have given the flow rate in terms of liter per minute. Convert this liter per minute into meter cube. That is 1 liter per minute equal to 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube. So 50 liter per minute equal to 50 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube. Hydraulic power equal to pressure, they have given 20,000 kilopascal, 20,000 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per meter square. Pascal nothing but a Newton per meter square into flow rate 50 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube. Simplify this one, you will get hydraulic power equal to 10.00.000 watt, nothing but a 1000 kilowatt you will get. So the answer of this question is 1000 kilowatt. Now go for one exercise numerical, this one for your assignment. A hydraulic pump delivers a fluid at 50 liter per minute and 10,000 kilopascal, how much hydraulic power does the pump produce? This numerical is similar to the previous numerical. Just go and substitute whatever all data given in the numerical, you will get the answer.